Hi everyone, my name is Elizabeth Riva.
And I'm Hakeem Love.
We are agents here in Oahu and wanted to put a video together about 5 mistakes that you should avoid when buying a condo.
So Elizabeth, what is your number one mistake to avoid when purchasing a condo?
I always recommend my clients to always check on the parking stall and your storage unit. Why? Because sometimes previous owners could have made a change to the parking stall. Sometimes also in Hawaii, people love driving big cars, big trucks, and then probably it may not fit on the parking stall. So that's definitely something that you always want to check when doing the showing. You know, show the parking stall to your client, show the storage unit. And another thing that you can do is you can also ask the escrow officer to add the parking stall number to the deed. Not every agent does that, but you know, it's always a good tip if we can try to do that for our clients.
I agree with you because I had a situation one time where the parking stall of the condo that my client purchased was not the actual parking stall. So someone came and said my client was parking in their spot. So that's a great point. I'm like,
yeah, it's really common that in Hawaii people are always switching stalls, and then you know, we definitely want to avoid that mistake.
Absolutely. So make sure you check the storage room where that is and the parking stall and have it recorded into the deed. That's number one, mistakes to avoid when purchasing a condo. What's number two?
I would say definitely check on the trash situation for your building. Why? Because in Hawaii, not every building is going to have a trash chute. So let's say, what if you have to take your trash to the first floor? What if you have to walk it to any other place, right? That could be a deal breaker, right?
Yeah, because no one, if you're on the, let's say you're on the 40th floor and you have to take your trash all the way down to the lobby, or you may have to hire someone to come up and remove the trash. So that's a good point. And a lot of agents may not think about that. It's a small thing, but it's very important. It could be very important to the client. I like it.
Yeah. And that's something that you would also find it on the association paperwork, which that would be our point 3. Which for sure check on the association paperwork, right? So
the number 3 mistake to avoid when purchasing a condo is not really looking thoroughly through the condo documents, right? So Elizabeth, tell us, how would you prepare a client, or how would you advise them as far as looking through the condo documents?
Yeah, so first of all, it is a really thick paperwork. However, you know, I always recommend my clients, please do take a look at them, especially the house rules, the lender's disclosures. You want to know if there's units that are due with their maintenance fees, if there's any litigation against the building. So I always recommend my clients, please check that. And if you don't want to go and review all the paperwork, you can always hire an attorney, or there are some companies that can read the association paperwork for you as well.
I agree, because it's, like you said, it's a thick booklet that you have to go through. And you want to know what they're discussing as well, as far as the meetings, what they're talking about, and you know, things like that. So that's it. So number 3, be sure to go through the condo documents, the HOA documents.
And also, right before closing, it's a good idea to get an update to the association paperwork, because we don't just want to go ahead and close. What if anything changes, right? Because an escrow is going to take 45, 60 days sometimes. What if in the last minutes they decide to change the house rules on the pet policy, for example? Right? So that's something to take in consideration, or any assessments or things like that.
So at the last minute, they can say, okay, pets are no longer allowed. And you want to know that before you close on the property. So,
correct.
So get it updated within, I would say, 10 days maybe of closing.
It's always a good idea to ask for an update to the association paperwork. Number 5, I would say, is think about the future, right? As agents, we really can't guarantee the future. However, as agents, we always want to make sure that the chances of appreciation are pretty high for our clients. So if they were to buy in a building where you know, the association doesn't have the best reputation, or there's an assessment coming up, or you see a vacant land right in front of the building, what are your chances of your view being blocked, for example, right? Things like that is really important that we can look up for our clients.
That's very important. Think of the future, like you mentioned, a vacant lot, you have this nice view, but there's a vacant lot, and all of a sudden, a high-rise blocks your view. you want to kind of know. I mean, we can't predict what will really happen, but we want to be aware of that,
yeah.
right? So that's a great point.
Yeah, and we want to give as much information as possible to our clients. I mean, they're the boss, right? They'll decide what to do. But you know, if you let them know the land right in front is preservation, or it's a commercial land, or you know, things like that, then that's the most we can do, right? Give the information to our clients, and hopefully they build equity, right?
Right. So we'll do our research. Like we say, if we see a vacant lot, we'll reach out to the city and see what the plans are. So that was number 5. So that's our top 5 mistakes to avoid when purchasing condo.
Yes. Thank you so much for your time, and you guys have a good one.
Bye-bye.